I don't see what kind now in the argument from ads and going and getting revenue and then doing the whole sharing and advertising yourself as the pod goes, like so you're still doing what you need to do for the pod to generate for you, but you're not going and getting the excess that you want to be paid when the excess has gone out and sought for. So they're still working. So I'm not going to be like, oh, you're not doing the work, but you want to get paid extra off of not doing the extra.
Yeah, you want to get paid off of the building and that I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you.
But it's like, it'd be the same thing though. What they have to understand is if I go out and do a commercial because of the Joe Budden podcast, I don't have to now go bring the money that I just made off of the commercial that I did to break it down with y'all.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? They wouldn't feel like that if they were still under Spotify. You know, when you under the machine does all that for you. All the machine does is be like, all right, we took our cut. Here's yours. And they pretty much just because it's like being spoon fed your money instead of you having to go get advertisers, you having to go.
But you
gotta rub elbows with the execs and talk to these people so you can get this advertiser and then go ahead and get another podcast.
But they would have taken the deal. So, they know that. I think the amount of remember it wasn't such it was another executive decision when the deal from Spotify wasn't renewed. Like Joe knew basically he could do without the third party.
Yeah, but I thought they, from my understanding,
and still pay them the same.
From my understanding, they was all in agreement to what he was doing, though, right? Because I was still watching the pod from that point. They was all in agreement that they wanted to leave.
When all the advertising dollars stopped coming in and being broken down because the head is getting the majority of it, like they still like all right. So it's like this: if we are, you own this pod and we under Spotify. If I'm not doing nothing but the basic sharing and and yada yada yada, right? And our deal is up, and you can go cut the third party out, and you start taking in more of the money, and then you start going out and dealing with advertisers and doing all that shit and keeping the majority of that money.
Yeah, doing the legwork.
How could we that's like me tripping at you for that. Now, I wouldn't trip at Spotify for that because I know what they're doing, but I'm gonna trip at you for that because we're friends and you owe me that money because I sit here and pod with you, but I don't sit here and try to go get advertisers or try to sit in with the meetings and do that kind of deep shit. I don't send you nothing like that, but I'm just on Twitter doing the regular shit that we all do. Then let me get paid from the regular pod shit. I'm still getting my salary. Like when we left after we left Spotify, we got a raise under Joe. We still the highest paid. Like we still chilling. I can still contractually be on the podcast and go do my own shit. They talk about me going on other podcasts.
No, I agree with you, but that's why I think that's why I was like I think we not where people are too into the friendship side and not seeing the business side, and then this meshing is doing this mesh thing because you see it often when motherfuckers they join together and they want to make a corporation, and that's just a breakdown like doing LLC shit. So if you're not a part of taking a part of executive parts or making sure that the brand is growing. And you just want to do like you said, you want to do the regular shit.
I think making the brand grow and going out and getting advertisers is two completely different things. Yeah, they're doing shit to make the brand grow.
Yeah, but
they'll say they're not doing shit to make the brand grow.
I mean, you don't think? All right, so from that point,
It's not about what the podcast growing. It's about the extra dollars that I've gone out and sought for advertisement.
The other hat that you
but to say that that's not what's making the podcast grow. Like, they're all doing things to make the podcast grow.
No, I agree.
Like,
I agree with you on that. But I think
chop it to make a point way heavier than the other. It's not that far between. They are arguing. They're arguing about something that's somewhat valid, because if the pod is still making money and I should be making money through what the pod has been generating, then yeah, I should be getting a piece of the advertising dollars. Now, at this point, I don't know to say that they're not getting any of the advertising dollars. I just don't know what the percentage of advertising dollars. But if I'm still getting advertising dollars, then I just got money from a deal that I didn't even take part in.
But I mean, if it was a business, when the business makes goes over they make it.
We already said they got promoted though.
Yeah, but then you get a bonus on top of that too. So when your business makes more money,
they get bonus.
But like you said, they got a raise. So then if I'm making more money,
it's not split three ways. Yeah. It's completely different when it's not split three ways. There's 15 other niggas, 30 other niggas on team
that gotta get paid,
and then do different shit and gotta get paid at different levels,
and other shit has to be maintained,
and we gotta have. I think the like when niggas like, because it's harder to have never run a business and then to run a business. Motherfuckers want to act like that shit is cool and easy. Like, it's really not. So when you have to sit there and delegate all of the money shits and then do it yourself for so long, and then have two niggas want to come in and be like, well, let me look at the papers and make sure everything's like, but nigga, the ship has been running. What do you mean? And then you look at some shit like 70K miscellaneous is like, hold up. Let me let you understand how this works. If anything were to happen, there has to be a piggy bank. There gotta be a business piggy bank. You have to run a business like you run a house. You got a just in case on the couch. You gotta have a just in case for the business. If we gotta go anywhere, move anything, it's 30 niggas you gotta run with.
And all them gotta get paid.
Why are you sitting on 70K? We can't sit on nothing, because at the end of the day, the business isn't gonna ask you to put in so the business can move. The business has to generate for itself. So the business has to be able to save itself and sustain itself.
So the next logical question would be, what are their roles? What are their roles in the Joe Budden podcast? Because if it's more than just the podcast part, and then they arguing for let me see the books, then I will feel like it's justified. Now, if they had a whole conversation and signed contracts to the point where Joe was like, yo, this is what your position is, this is what's expected of you, and then this is what you're gonna get paid, and then like they do like how you would do CEOs on the board.
Here's a question. Do you think Rory and Mal should get paid more than Parks?
No.
Hell no. Hell no.
So now you see why you got the two high heads just chilling. Niggas be like, oh, Parker's over there chilling. Yeah, because the niggas getting paid because he's contractual. He's getting paid individually for what he brings to the table. I got my crib. I get an extra check for the crib. I do the mixing and make it sound fantastic. No matter how screamy or anything Joe gets, Joe sounds motherfucking wonderful. Hey man, that nigga sounded seductive every podcast. You feel me? Rory and Mal sound fucking like they clear as day every single time. Even when Mal is uninterested and he wants to fucking sit there and mumble shit, I can still hear that boy clear as fucking day. And the mic's not close to him at all. Like the shit, they got the shit rolling.
Well, Parks is, he's a producer. So shout out to Parks.
So they got the shit rolling, and motherfuckers is just like, how much do you want to get paid off of what?
Yeah, I mean, but now you gotta it comes to, all right, what are you bringing to the table now? So now, like, you would do that with a company. So you want more money from a company.
You know what at the end of the day it is, and this is more, in my opinion, and you can see it more so in Mal's actions. They just feel like Joe shouldn't be making the money Joe's making off of it.
True, and
compared to them,
and because they know because they around this nigga all the time, and they feel some type of way about what
their
he
friendship
does.
and then the standing of their friendship.
Yep.
So it like puts you at a level like that. They kind of should look up to him, but they don't want to look up to him.
But the thing is this. That's not Joe's only bag. So when you see him looking like how he looked, he has multiple bags like the one he's splitting with y'all that he gets to keep for himself. I don't think you understand. State of the culture, that's a bag, fam. That's a bag.
And then he does the interview thing.
What's that called? The roundup?
Pull up.
Pull up. Sorry,
Yeah, he
sorry,
does the
Joe.
interview
Sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, the pull up. That's the interview thing. Then he owns Joe Button podcast. Then it's the other podcast that we don't really listen to. Shout out to them ladies.
Damn, that's messed up.
Hey.
You don't listen to some of them.
They're the WNBA of the JPP.
I listen to
Yo, if y'all ever see
the
this
thing
shit, bro.
I listen to it sometimes.
The WNBA. Hey, it's so I don't hate the WNBA. Let's get into this. Which I know y'all saw the shit that I sent y'all about the fucking about the stream. That yeah, because when niggas hit you with them facts and them numbers, nigga, there's not much to say. I understand liking the sport. I love lacrosse. I feel like I played lacrosse. I feel like lacrosse should be bigger than it is. But guess what? They don't bring in the revenue. so guess what? It is what it is. Just because niggas want to play the sport pro don't mean motherfuckers should be like, well, all right, let's make these
trying
niggas
to get
pay.
his shit off today. But back to the point. Back to the fucking point.
Wanted to transition. I was ready to transition. It's fine. We go back.
No, back to the point.
You gotta touch that. Bro, niggas said NBA should come out of pocket and pay these girls when niggas ain't even watching. Like, what are we gonna do to make them watch?
Yo, we come back to that pocket there for like 2 seconds, bro.
Y'all, hey, listen. All right.
We're back to the point.
Hey,
bro.
if the girls that play football in lingerie are getting more views than them, then I want to have that conversation. And you know where I'm going. But let's go back. Stop. No, you ain't real.
Nah. It's pocket that. We'll come back. I'll pocket that. Please pocket that. Please.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a uniform change.
Just put that.
He says, he can't give it to you. Literal. He can't give it to me.
You're in a box
But
right
you don't
now,
want to see everybody that play in the WNBA.
Be nice. Be nice. See, okay.
Brittany Griner.
I'm throwing alleys now. Throwing alleys now.
Brittany Griner just dumped, bro.
Onesies is dope. Stop it. Find it.
Brittany Griner just dumped.
Because really, we could have everybody.
Brittany Griner in a onesie. She plays in basketball.
Yo.
Her name,
back to the point. They trying to beat this horse dead. They're beating this horse dead. I'm trying to change the subject.
You want to go back to Joe?
Yeah, this was just finish up. Was wrap it up, and then you can talk shit. So back to the point. There, so he got multiple bags that they in, but they really.
There's a lot of niggas that don't like Maul, and I see why now. He be doing some in my opinion, it'd be too cool.
You think you too cool?
Nah, but it's I'm not. I wouldn't do that because that wouldn't be fly.
That wouldn't be
get
fly.
emotional because it wouldn't be fly. I wouldn't give myself to a woman because it wouldn't be fly. Everything or corny. Corny is his favorite word. Nah, that's corny. I would do that. That's corny. Nigga, what isn't corny?
Nothing in life, apparently to him.
Life is corny. The definite to me, corny is that shit that is just extra real life.
Yeah.
That's all corny is, bro. You extra, you Disney real life. That's all.
So do you want to jump in, or y'all got aspects, or y'all want to say what y'all learned from this?
I just want to know this from you. I want to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Rory and Maul are gonna have their own shit.
Yeah.
Are you gonna tune in?
Bro, I've been stopped watching, bro. I'm like, what you think?
Oh, so if you ain't.
Oh, you ain't even watching Joe no more.
No, you know what? After all this, I did started watching Joe again. So I did start watching the episode after that, and after they broke up, and I actually it don't miss a beat for me. Yeah, pause. It don't miss a beat for me, bro. It's
I like Ish and Ice.
Yeah, bro.
I fuck with them, but I'm gonna see what they got.
Ice,
I'm gonna see what
yeah, but it don't feel like it missed a beat
going.
It don't feel like a Mr. B for me. It's different, but it's not like it slowed down and they still on the shit. And Joe's holding it down for a little for what it is too. And then he's still still doing this thing. Now Roy and Mal, like I seen them, they doing like the little preview into whatever their show is. They're doing like we're shopping, we're looking for another place to do our podcast.
That's what it was about.
Yeah, it was like a little commercial. But
Maybe I didn't finish.
That-
But I just didn't get it.
I thought it was corny, bro, because they had already did that with Joe. So now it's kind of like, okay, you trying to take what you did from Joe
I think
and running off with
Mal
it.
was in it.